Welcome to Just Be You with Charles Clevenger. Sit back, relax, and let's go!
So, join the Air Force.
Right.
Tell me about your kind of journey in the Air Force. What did you do? How many years did you do? I think you did 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
8?
I did 8, a little bit over with some leave that I had saved up, like most of us, right, towards the end. So I joined the military. I scored pretty high at the beginning. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I decided to go to basic training with the open general position, which means you don't really have a spot or a position until you graduate basic. But here's the thing.
Oh, he got you the okie doke, man. Your recruiter hooked you up.
But at the same time,
your recruiter hooked you up.
It happens. But if you're committed, it doesn't matter what job you take. You know this. Mm-hmm. It could be anything. It's about what you do with it while you're in there,
right,
and what you're going to do when you get out, right? So I went in thinking, I was open. I didn't know what I was going to be, but I knew I was going to wear the uniform, and I knew that I had the opportunity to make more money and also be a part of something bigger than just a restaurant. So I didn't care. So I was lucky enough, and I got stuck with a really good job, aviation, right? So I went straight into airfield management all the way to air traffic control. So I go from the Bronx, bussing tables, to dealing with the most expensive aircraft on the planet and seeing them every day, right? It's shocking. From not really seeing cars to jets that are $1 billion in front of you. It's not for everybody, but it's a great job. Like I said, you feel like you're a part of something. Sometimes you just got to sit back and understand the position. Once I took that job, I realized later on, as a brand new airman, you don't know much. Your job is to learn how the military works. That's your job first. Not necessarily to do your field that you're in to do, right? You just want to learn how it all works and stick with the rules and not mess up. That's your job in the first couple of years. To not be in trouble. So that's what I did. Very disciplined though. I came in already, going back to what the recruiter had told me. He told me to lose 10 pounds. Well, me being me, I lost 35.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, nah, 10. I'm going to come in. This is my only chance I got. I went in, did that position for a while. It was awesome. I had a great time, but I just felt like it wasn't for me, right? I do consider myself someone that's smart and someone that's not only smart, but intelligent too. You also got to think on your feet, be quick, and also street smart. So I had that going. But I had bigger goals. I was working all the time. I became known for being a hardworking kid from the moment I was in. Fast forward, I started ranking up pretty fast as far as enlisted, right? I started ranking up because of my work. Everything I was ranking up was below the zone, which is way ahead of time before your time because of how you're performing.
Right.
So I was doing pretty good. Great leaders, great supervisors, some of them, not all, but you learn from all of them.
Absolutely. I think, and just my experience in the military, I learned more from the shitty-ass leaders
100%
than I did the good ones.
They don't even know, right, that they're actually helping you while they're being shitty.
Yes, man. Because you know what not to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But you got to have some of those. If you only had amazing people always, then what are you really learning?
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Learned a lot. Tons of stuff. Well, let's fast forwarding. I was stationed overseas. I did a few tours. I was having a great time traveling. Here comes a kid that had never even been on a plane to now take off and go to tech school in a whole different state and catching flights and TDYs. And oh my God, this is a dream.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, other people were upset that they had to travel. It was like free plane tickets?
Young single dude, man.
God.
Yeah, young single dude.
You got to take advantage. Yeah, and then free dorms and free food. I was in. While other people were complaining about the room being small, I was just happy that I didn't have to share the room with my sister. It's all perception.
It's
all perception.
That's life, man.
So
everything's a win, man.
1,000%. It's all perception. I enjoyed my time. I can honestly say that was the best thing that ever happened. Is joining and saying what I have going on right now. As much as I think it's okay, it's not good enough.
Yeah,
and I know I can do better. With time, I decided to do a different position. I applied multiple times for different career fields and failed a couple times. Right, not because I couldn't do it. Some I ended up just giving up on that position. I didn't actually follow up with it. So then I decided to apply for different type of jobs, a little bit more physical, more kind of like the Army, like infantry, if you will, kind of, but more towards the Air Force.
People don't really understand the military, right? You could be cream of the crop, best of the best, but they're only given so many slots. So if they don't have enough slots for you or a slot for you, you could be the greatest thing since sliced bread. You're not getting in, right?
100%. And not only that, but some positions, especially those positions that are very sought after, they have a limited amount of manning in there.
Right.
So if they don't have enough, you're never going to get out of that career field.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got 2 slots, but you got 500 applicants.
It's not going to happen.
But and then those 2 career slots, there's no upward mobility. Like that's the only thing you're doing for the rest of your career, right?
And then on top of that, you're good at what you do already.
Yeah,
Why would they want to let you?
Right, they're going to pigeonhole you in that.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I was in and traveling and getting paid, I was just very happy, right? So traveled, did a lot. Let's fast forward towards closer to the end. I decided to come back to San Antonio, right? I didn't feel like this was home, but it was the closest to home since I had already lived here before in high school. 7-8 years later, I ended up back in San Antonio.
At least you're familiar with it, right?
Yeah, I already knew a little bit about it, right? I wasn't brand new. So then I decided, to go ahead and put my package to transfer to a different job, all that good stuff. Ended up in San Antonio, ranked up, went to the dark side. Started making a little bit more money. And just like the military, right, it's a lot of different things you can do.
So for all my peeps out there, the dark side is the officer side, right? I was enlisted myself. He went over to the dark side, which is the officer side, which is a smart move. I think I'm just a glutton for punishment. That's why I stayed enlisted. I like to be punished. Happy for some reason. I don't know. No, good stuff, brother.
I learned a lot, though, while being enlisted in the first few years. I think I learned most of my discipline and everything in those years.
That's it.
So
man.
I felt like I was ready.
We love to punish and discipline ourselves and just make our lives miserable for no reason.
And listen, to me, someone telling me, hey, it's not good enough, do it again. That's something I heard my mom tell me a million times.
Right.
Like, okay.
Easy transition.
Yeah. Just another, yes, sir. What else do you need? I'll do it again. You got it.
Easy transition.
Right? Yeah. Cake for me. Ended up in San Antonio. That was towards the end of my career, right? I was already thinking what I was going to do after. And not because I didn't think the military was going to be for me for the rest of my life. I was just looking at my peers. And as you become a man that has goals, you kind of start sizing how you fit around other men that are successful, right? And you kind of start thinking, I wonder if I could do that too. I wonder if I'm cut for that too. I've already tried this portion that I wanted to do, the military. I've already did what I wanted to do. Is there something else? And at that time, I decided, it was better for me to leave the military.